There we go. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to our second night of the 2024 Council Kickoff for Popcorn. We are excited this year to bring this to you, to bring all to the kernels from the past, new kernels that are coming up. So we got a couple folks that are going to be talking today. We're going to go through our PowerPoint that we have here. It's going to run about an hour. We have time for questions and stuff a little bit later on. Please feel free to ask questions within the chat. Travis Emery. Everyone should know Travis Emery. He's our director of field service currently, and last year he was taking on last couple of years he was taking on the task of being our council colonel. And some of you remember me. My name is Kyle Muldean. I am the field director for the west side of the Greater Tampa Area Council, and I am now taking back over the popcorn sale because when I took it, it was during the COVID times, and everyone did a great job, but little tough. But yeah, so we are now back to 2024 sale, and we're very excited to be here. A couple people are from a couple of our district colonels are going to be on talking today. They're gonna go through some of the different slides as we go continue on with the evening as well. So during our presentation, obviously you guys are going to be muted. Like I said, if you have questions, please put them in the chat. They will be answered by either Travis or some of the other district colonels that are on as well. The meeting, like I said, is going to be recorded, uploaded to Greater Tampa Area webpage for your reference. All information we will share and discuss can be found on the Popcorn webpage. So if you haven't been there yet, I encourage you to go on there. It's tampabayscouting.org/popcorn and through the Trails End unit leader portal. We'll be sending out attendance roster near the end. So in the chat at the very end, we're going to have an attendance roster. You're going to click it, and then you're going to fill out all the information, and that gives you credit, so you'll be able to get the commission. So you're here for today's training. So we know that you're here. So we're gonna kick it off, and we're gonna start our slideshow for today, our training for today. So first things first, when it comes to popcorn sales, I would hope everyone here on the call, and if not, that's okay. Sometimes you have new leaders. You guys you're ready. You are registered. Currently, we're at 112 units that's registered. That's about 2,773 scouts registered to sell so far this year. It's really good. 23 of those units, though, are new, so that's even better. So 23 of those units are going to be new to the sale. In Trails End unit portal, so you're going to send a unit code found on the left-hand side of the screen. That's for new families when they register to sell. So you're going to have, so you guys, you can see right here. So you can sign in, unit register, and then those new unit codes, use that unit code, and you'll be able to put that in. For returning scouts, you only need to sign in using the 2023 credentials to get started as well. So you'll be able to use last year's credentials for when you're registered. So that'll be helpful as well. So I want to kind of go over the overview of kind of what we did for last year. Obviously, we did a absolutely fantastic job. So kudos to everyone that was here. We had total sold is $1.192 million. That's a 26% increase over 2022. That is a pat on the back for everybody here. A fantastic job. So 70 storefronts were 72%, wagons 13%, online 15%. Number of scouts sold was about 3,100, and we had 2,600 patches. So average sold per scout was about $657. Average unit commission 34%. This is a big one too. Our heroes and helpers did between 55,000 plus. So that's 600 patches that were there, but 55,000 plus went to heroes and helpers. So again, thank you so much for that. That was a really, really big win for us. A lot of scouts got some really great opportunities. I got some really cool prizes, and we're excited to do it again this year as well. So again, unit successes across the nation. We had 13 units sell over $100,000 in product. Two of them sold over $200,000. So they were both recognized at our annual popcorn celebration that we have here in the nation. And then of course we were also recognized as well for the great job that we did. 124 units sold over 50K. 1,065 units sold 20,000, and then of course 3,384 sold over 75,000 in product. So 2,032 scouts, that's about 20% of the scouts, sold $1,000 or more, and it made up 60% of the sale. Fantastic. Scouts who sold both traditional and online averaged about 1,100, a little over 1,100. 3,131 scouts, so 41% of the scouts sold $500 or more and made out about 81% of the sale. So again, congratulations to everyone. It was absolutely, absolutely fantastic job. Why do we sell this popcorn, right? I mean, there's a lot of different aspects to this. Obviously, the biggest one is the youth. The youth are out there selling this popcorn. They're having a great time. But it's a big thing to fund some of these adventures too, right? So you have your examples. You got your blue and gold celebrations, your Pinewood derbies, high adventures. You're gonna need equipment for all that stuff too. Advancements, annual dues. I can't tell you when I remember when I was growing up that when I was out there selling popcorn, I thought, man, what a drag. I have to sell this popcorn. But I didn't realize all the stuff it did for me, coming down the road. Those annual dues, I never had to worry about that. I didn't have to come in paying the $2 every single week. Well, we had that all taken care of because popcorn did it for us. And of course, the next biggest thing there too, they're learning. So, again, when I was younger, I'm like, okay, well, I'm out here, I'm selling this stuff. But what I don't understand, what I'm not getting, what some of the scouts may not get is that they're learning. They're learning, the value of hard work. They're learning to speak with other people, earn their own way, salesmanship, people skills, setting and achieving those goals. And of course, money management at the end of the day too. So there's a lot of stuff that they're getting to be able to learn. And it really goes a long way. And then of course, at the end of the day too, what the scouts are really excited about is they get the gift cards, they get the tickets to the Universal, all that kind of fun stuff. That's what they're really excited about. One of the things that they used to be excited about, I was looking all the time, I would see those like a PlayStation or something sitting in the prize thing, and I would never get there, but I would always keep trying every single year, going. But I'd always end up with like the Sparker or something like that. But it was still a goal. It was exciting for me to do. So that's another way scouts will the reason why they sell. So I'm going to pass this over to Cynthia Jackson now, one of our district colonels, who's going to go on and talk about our ways to sell.
Hey everyone, this is Cindy from Withlacoochee District. So there's three main ways that we sell our popcorn: online, storefront sales, and wagon sales. With the online sales, they can sell everything online either through the app, or they'll have an online page they can share. They're able to tailor that page to themselves. They can share it on social media, and that allows them to have no handling. The products are direct shipped to the customers. Storefront sales, that's where we usually make most of our money. The highest percentage of sales come through storefronts, and that's where we sit out in front of our Lowe's and our Publix and Winn-Dixie's and things like that, and sell direct to customers. And then we have wagon sales, which is kind of the old school door to door, but you're selling directly to families and friends. So rather than door to door, we're asking the kids to have their parents take them to work, sell to family members, but those are delivered by us as well. Next slide. Okay, so new and returning this year, we have a new theme. So our previous theme was the Legos. Was it Legos?
Mario
was last year. Sorry. So this year we're doing Pokemon. We also have the new unit incentive. Our returns are going to be a little bit different this year, which Kyle will get into later. We have Colonel Journals, we have district colonels, and we're doing the Heroes and Helpers program again, like we did last year. The product flavors and mixes, it's the same flavors as last year. Some of the price points have changed a little bit. We have an abundance of storefront hours. So Trails End has brought on a lot more stores for us to be able to sell at. And then the Greater Tampa Bay Council also has its own Facebook page. So we'll be able to share stories on there. You can get information on there and ask for help, things like that. Next slide. So the free money. So any units that did not sell previously are going to get $530 in free product. The only requirement is that you do one storefront shift and that you record that sale through the app. And I don't know if, is there a dollar limit on that? Just one storefront shift, right?
No, I don't think that. I think you just have that. It just goes up to the 530 for fruit product.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And any units, which I'm sure Kyle will cover this again later, but the units will receive an email. Any new units will receive an email that will let them know which products they need to order, so that they'll get that free credit on their statements. Next slide. All right, how to make the sale easy. So the Trails End app is for the scouts. They'll be able to record all of their sales in there.
Mute that. Do you know what exits?
Okay, they'll be able to record the sales in the app. And then they can also do their online sales through there if they want the product delivered to people's houses. That's where the scouts will be able to sign up for their storefront shifts. And then they can also track all of their own progress on how they're doing on their sales. The unit leader portal is what the unit leaders will access, and they'll be able to manage the sales from there. They'll be able to go in and see which scouts are selling if somebody needs to be at a shift, and be able to track the overall unit progress. Okay, next slide. The credit cards. If we tell the customers that we prefer credit cards, then Trails End will actually pay all of the credit card fees. So you can enter credit cards right through the app. Some of them will do, depending on your phone, you may be able to tap it. You can also use apps like Square, but those will not, the fees for those will not be covered by Trails End. So if you use any kind of a Bluetooth reader, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Cash App, I think, is also going to be part of it. Correct, Travis? This year?
Yes.
Parents can, okay. And then there's actually a new feature that is part of the app, which is called cash to credit. So when the parents are on site selling in front of storefronts, they can actually use their own card to pay the cash that's been gained during the sale, so that they don't have to carry the cash to return it to the leaders. So that is an option. And the parents would, if they raised $100, they could use their card to pay the $100, and then they would in turn keep that cash. So then you don't have to swap cash at meetings or have parents swap cash with each other, taking over shifts. All right, next slide. A successful sale. So in order to have a successful sale, we need to prepare for it. There's lots of different, preparations that you can do. Going online and doing the trainings. Tonight we're attending training. You can plan your popcorn program. You'll be able to set a goal. There's budgeting sheets that you can do so that you know how much money you want to do for any kind of key activities that you want to do during the year, so that you know how many storefronts you might need to book, how much popcorn you want to sell. You need to secure those storefronts. And then when you get to the storefronts, you need to be prepared. So you need to have your table, you need to have your popcorn, maybe some small bills to make change, that kind of thing, but showing up and in uniform. Scout and family prep, make sure that your scouts know what they're doing. Do a training for them, help them set up their accounts in the app, and motivate them with incentives. A lot of units do individual incentives on top of the Tampa Bay incentives and the Trails End incentives. And then make sure that you keep all your scouts up to date on, the new dates that are coming on, and also on their progress. They get excited when they know that, that they're how close they are to their goal. All right, resources and planning. We have lots of resources available. The council website has all of the information that you'll need. It also has all of your district colonels and Kyle and Travis's contact information if you need to reach out to somebody by phone. There's a unit planning budget template. The next couple of slides are going to go over the guidebooks, the budget and goal paper, and the unit kickoff. But there's also Trails End has YouTube videos. So there's plenty of resources out there to help you get planned and then to help you along the way. Go ahead, next slide. Guidebooks. So the guidebooks are going to be downloadable right there on the tampabayscouting.org/popcorn site. And you can click on those so you can give them to the kids so they can help track things on their own. And then there's also a leader's guide, which has a lot of useful information for you. Next slide. This is the budget and goals worksheet. So this will allow you to put in what dues, advancements, supplies, activities, different things that you want to achieve. And you could create a budget and a goal, and then use that to plan how much popcorn you need to order and what you'd like to sell. Next slide. The unit kickoff. So the unit kickoff is when you're getting your scouts excited about selling popcorn. So you want to make sure that you're making it fun. You want to set goals for the kids because, like I said, they get excited about meeting their goal or how close they are to their goal. You can do everything through the Trails End app. So make sure all the scouts are downloading that app. When you're on your unit portal, you can go in and send emails to the parents to ask, to get them to join the Trails End app if they're not already in there. Any new scouts that you have after last year's popcorn sales. Keep them excited about the prizes. There's going to be council prizes. There's going to be Trails End prizes. And then if individual units do any of their own prizes, that'll give the kids something to strive for. And for training in your kickoff, you can do role plays. So you can practice selling so the kids kind of know what they're going to be running into if they're doing storefront. And making sure to keep all the kids and the parents up to date on the dates so they know what they're doing and when.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I appreciate it. So a lot of great stuff that was there. Couple other little bullet points that I want to point out as well. So when you're out at some of the storefronts as well, the Trails End is actually recommending having a 1 scout and 1 parent for every 2-hour shift. So this is really going to maximize the sales for scouts in the unit. It is optional, but again, it is one of those that they've done some research, and that's one of the things that they were seeing, that the scouts were getting more money that way. But at the same time, too, a lot of times you'll have, I haven't seen it here, but in some cases you'll have a lot of kids all right in front of the doors. So, and that's one of the things we don't want to do. We want to continue having these good relationships with the stores and everything. So that's one big thing when you're out at those storefronts. Do not crowd the front doors. There may be I know sometimes they'll have maybe expectations or whatnot with the manager that they may have. You guys do maybe one here. So make sure you establish those when you're there, when you meet with someone, and just let them know, we're here. Where can we stand, and that type of thing. And then Cynthia covered all the good stuff, the different payment options with Cash App this year. That's fantastic. And then of course the cash to credit as well. So again, Cynthia, thank you. Next up, for the next 2 portions here, we have Gina Nunez, and she is from Miccosukee. She is a district colonel at Miccosukee. So Gina, if you would take it away.
Okay, can I get the first slide, please? All right, so unit leader training. We have new and existing unit colonels are encouraged to view. August 6th, the Greater Tampa Bay Area Council will be doing the new unit colonel questions and answers. That'll be via Zoom meeting. We have other resources. There's a Trails End YouTube channel. There's a Trails End Facebook page. That's really, really helpful. You can go ahead and ask people and almost immediately get a response. We also have the Greater Tampa Bay Area Popcorn webpage as well as the Facebook page. Create an engaging and energetic pitch for the sale. Get ready to sell. Perfect your sales pitch, as Cynthia was saying as well. Introduce yourself. Where you are, you can definitely do role playing options with the younger Cub Scouts. Hello, I'm with, and state your unit number. Let people know what you're doing. I'm going ahead and saving it for, I'm going ahead and earning my way to get to summer camp, to go to Alaska, to go to Wyoming, wherever it may be, and close the sale. Can I count on your support? And I will go ahead and add in when you are in storefronts. Sometimes just closing it politely and saying, well, thank you so much, or have a great day. People will actually turn around and relook at your scout just for manners alone. So, and a pitch with, oh, well, sorry, I don't have any cash on me. Well, we go ahead and you have them pitch the credit cards or, Cash App, Venmo, etc. what your unit is going ahead and offering. And you can even have the scout say, we prefer credit or debit anyway. Sales tips: always wear your field uniform, your Class A. Always speak clearly and say thank you. Download the app and log in advance so that you're already selected to that actual storefront. The more people you ask, the greater your sales. So obviously a busier location is definitely useful. Know your products. Have an answer ready for what's your favorite flavor, and ask the customers to support you in scouting. Next slide, please. Trails End books storefronts. Trails End has booked top retailers. Over 14,000 hours have been booked for Greater Tampa Bay Area Council. Use the storefront guide, document a step-by-step process on how to book a storefront. Storefronts booking is done through the unit Trails End leadership dashboard using your favorite web browser. Families then can book shifts through the Trails End app on their phone or their smart device. And I definitely highly suggest you to keep looking, because sometimes people realize that the storefronts they have booked is during a camping trip or something, and they'll release the storefront. So always keep looking and seeing if more options become available for your unit. Book storefronts, we recommend booking 1 to 2 months in advance. Look for high foot traffic times and locations. Google Analytics. Visit in your uniform with one or more scouts and ask the manager after shopping at the store. If permission is granted, get details for the expectations and follow them. Always say thank you. And don't forget to manually add in the storefront to the Trails End unit leadership platform, allowing families to reserve the shifts over the TE app. And then 70% stays local. Here's the popcorn prices for this year, with the unbelievable butter, salted caramel, s'mores, still at 25, white cheddar at 20, popping corn for 20, and the sweet and salty is still staying at 15. Those are all pretty big hitters, the sweet and salty and the white cheddar. And all you need to know, and let's see, there's order information that's online and everything that's easily accessible right in the app. And now the rewards, prizes, and more, the good stuff. So we're going to go over into the commissions and whatnot. Next. So our base commission is going to start at 25%, and early registration bonus is $50 credit. And then attending the kickoff, which what you all are doing today, you're going to go ahead and get 2%. 75% club is an extra 3%. And that's based on your August of this past August. Excuse me, jump in, Kyle.
August of last year. So it's going to be the rosters. August of last year is what we're going to look at for that 75% club. So we're going to send that within the next week or two out to the units to let you guys know how many kids, how many youth you had during August of last year. And that's going to determine for 75% club and how many youth are selling this year as well. So it's going to kind of run in tandem with recruitment as well. So yes, we understand that you're going to, if you're looking at it, you had 30 kids, now you're down to 20. Well, we know that during recruitment season, you're probably going to gain another 15 or 10 to go right back up to there. So that's kind of what we're basing it off of for the 75% club as well.
Okay, and then we have tier 1 selling at 5,000 to 14,999, or 15% increase in your sales from the previous year. So either or is going to go ahead and get you an extra 4%. And then tier 2 selling at 15,000 to or 15,000 above, or 25% increase from the previous year. That will go ahead and get you the 6%. So a total potential commission of 40%.
Yeah, and that's a big emphasis on the or. It could be one or the other as well.
Correct.
Just one other thing, just going back to the registration bonus, that $50 credit, that was for the first 75 units that signed up. So if you were one of those first 75 units, you're going to get that credit near the end of the sale. So you'll see that extra $50 either applied to what you owe Trails End, or go back in to your overall check that you get back as well.
Okay, and then we have the T rewards. Scout earn points towards an Amazon e-gift card when they record their sales in the Trails Ends app. They choose the prize that they want. The app credit debit card is online. It's 1.25 per dollar sold. Cash is 1 point per $1 sold. So obviously with the credit card app, they're getting more points. So that's really awesome. And then parents now can turn 1 point for each dollar collected in the 1.25% using the Square Reader. And you can go ahead and see that there's a 10% bonus over 17,500, so on and so forth.
So with the rewards, Trails End rewards, and the Amazon gift card product, I mean, obviously this opens up all kinds of different possibilities. So all units will want to participate in the Trails End Reward program, but no longer offering cash over prizes for commission. So that's everyone is going to be participating within the Trails End Rewards. You get to earn extra points through the sale season with Trails End's promotions and other ways. So they'll offer different promotions and whatnot. Maybe you'll get an extra 0.25 for the points for a certain weekend that they're doing. So you want to make sure that you're up to date and you're obviously on that emailing list as well, because they'll send an email out saying, hey, you're getting extra points or double the points this week if you sell this. So make sure you have those available, and you make sure you get those Trails End emails as well.
All right. So then we have the Monster Ball Club. We have the Pokeball Club. Pokeball Club is sell $100 and you get a themed patch. Or you can have the Great Ball Club, which is sell $1,000 and $15, sell $1,000 and $15 Fandango gift card. And then Ultra Ball Club sell $2,000 and get 2 tickets to attend the top sellers party. And then the Mass Brawl Club sell $3,000 and get 2 fun cards to Busch Gardens, Tampa. And Luxury Ball is sell $5,000 and get 2 one-day tickets to Universal Studios.
So if you notice, with the 2 tickets to the Sellers Club, we actually did end up dropping that. So we have more opportunities for kids to come out and join us at that. And that's actually going to be, put this on your calendars now, because everyone's going to have kids there. Trust me, I know. I have that feeling. We're all going to do it. It's going to be January 11th. We're going to have that at the main event in Wesley Chapel. It's going to be early in the morning. It's going to be just for us. That building is not going to be open to the public. It's going to be for us. There's going to be some food there. So it's really exciting that we're going to have that available. Again, that's going to be January 11th. But realistically, we wanted to kind of simplify a lot of these opportunities for each of the prizes as well. And then, of course, you do see on the right side. So that is our patch, by the way. That is the lovely patch that we're going to have. It's really bright, vibrant. It's really cool. I think it's a fantastic design. And then you'll notice that lovely trophy that's there. So that lovely trophy that you see, the top 3 sellers in the councils will get one of these trophies. So if you're one of the top 3 sellers, expect one of those. So that'll be something I think some of the kids are going to be going head to head for to get one of those.
All right, and then Heroes to Helpers, we have how Scouts earn the patch. Collect and record at least $75 in Heroes for Helper donations through the Trails End app. How leaders can earn the patch is for every 3 scouts who collects a minimum of $75 in Heroes for Helpers donations, for every scout that collects a minimum of $225.
All right, thank you so much. No, thank you very much, Gina. We got some really exciting stuff for this year. We have that great theme for Pokemon. Yeah, I'm really excited. Hope you guys are going to be really excited for this as well. But we're just going to go over some of the 2024 council sales specifics as well. So with orders and distributions, of course, we're going to have our initial order the 10th. And then replenishment order, we're going to have on the 14th, 9/14/24, and then the final order is going to be November 2nd as well. So this is going to be our distribution sites. So if you know, hopefully you guys know which districts you in, which directions you're going for these. If you did them last year, they're going to be the same places that you're going to pick up. So anyone who is a new unit, make sure again you know exactly kind of which district you are. You can talk with your district colonel and they can kind of guide you exactly where you're going to be going. A great view of when you drive up to these locations, these distribution centers, what kind of cards you should be bringing. I've seen some roll up and they're like, all right, we're ready to go. And they come up in, a little, like I said, a little crossover or something like that. And well, they got like $20,000 worth of product and they're going to need like half a trailer. So they're making like 3 or 4 trips. So yeah, make sure you don't end up like that, and you are prepared for it. Be prepared, right? And then I'm going to go here on some of these key dates as well. So these dates, these are all taken specifically from the popcorn guide, from the Trails End, or sorry, excuse me, the Greater Tampa Area Council popcorn page. On the right side of that popcorn page, that's where all of these are going to be. You're going to be able to see those as well. But I do want to point out something specific. On September 14th, you're going to see a mid-sale popcorn swap. It's going to be something we're going to do a little bit different this year with the popcorn. So units can swap or return popcorn at 100%. So you can return 100%. You can swap that. So you're going to be able to come over to the location that we're going to have. You're going to be able to talk to the other units. You're going to say, all right, well, I may want this if you can have this, or maybe can you just take all of this product off of my hands? But there is, you're going to have the opportunity to return the popcorn as well. But the product has to be sealed in the respected flavored box. So you can't be sticking the salt, the popping corn in with the microwave. It has to all be the same product in the same box, all sealed. So that includes the bags and the box as well. So, but that is an opportunity that we are going to have on September 14th. There's going to be more information that does come out on that. And then, of course, at the end of the sale, we are going to have a return. So you will be able to return some popcorn. 50% of the total popcorn allowed is going to be returned. So 50% of what you ordered are you able to return. And that again, that is sealed in the respective flavors. So please make sure those boxes are sealed in the same ones. We're not going to go and, be checking, but, a Scout is trustworthy. So we're going to trust that they're all in the same popcorn boxes. So that first distribution, when you guys come up to it, and then some of the other, a sign up Genius link is going to be sent out with times. So if you were around last year, you know that this was sent out, and there's going to be different time slots to come across, and you'll be able to take those, drive up. We ask that you don't come too early. It's okay to come early, but just know that like when you come too early, that's when you're going to have all the cars stacking up onto each other. And we're trying to eliminate that. We're trying to have just this constant, smooth distribution system. So when you come into your time frame, you just roll right in, grab your popcorn and go. Because I know a lot of folks, especially at the Yingling, they'll come up and they'll all come in a line and they'll be all out down the road and everything. And everyone's waiting around for like 45 minutes to an hour. So we want to kind of alleviate that for everybody that's here as well. So here's your kernel checklist. Make sure you have this ready to go. July, August, obviously you determine your budget, set your goals, you place your initial orders. you're attending your Trails End webinars, which they are online. There are on the Trails End sites. They have stuff from their YouTube page. They're doing all the trainings, webinars. Those are all able to look at. You join the Trails End Facebook group. And then hold your unit kickoffs as well. So that's something that you guys are going to be doing as we approach that first distribution. You want to make sure you hold those council kickoffs, get them excited to sell. September, it's recruiting season for Cub Scouts. So that's where I was talking about. When you're going to that 75% club, get them set up with an account to sell right away. Boom, they come in. That's part of the process of recruitment. Get them to sell, get them out there to some of those storefronts and say, hey, guess what, guys? We have, next year, you may not even have to pay for anything because here it is. This is the sale for this year that you guys are going to get that money. Check the council calendar for replenishment opportunities. Communicate with your unit the progress toward your goal. We talked about earlier how much, communicating that progress, maybe doing a thermometer and saying, look, guys, we're almost at our goal. One of those things kind of get them really excited for that. Storefront opportunities, key dates, and then motivate your scouts and families. Incentives, reminders on what your units will be able to do with the funds. So when you go back with setting those budgets, goals, it's not just monetary goals, right? You want to look at setting, well, where are we going to go? What exciting things are we going to do? Because that's going to be where the scouts and the families are going to look down the road and say, this is the goal that we're going to set because we want to go on a fishing trip. We want to go to Fort Wilderness to go camping. So make sure you have those goals set and make sure you motivate and rah-rah them throughout the sale to get them there. And then, of course, in October, November, collect cash due from the scouts, place your final orders, distribute popcorn and ensure deliveries are made, and then pay the council invoice and request your payout as well. Submit rewards for your scouts because they did a hard job, a lot of hard work. So you want to make sure that they get those rewards as well. And then, of course, celebrate your successes. It is to celebrate the successes, to hold a overall final party that you all do. Maybe that could be beginning a court of honor, maybe something a little bit extra, or blue and gold, something along those lines. Just having that big celebration for it really goes a long way, especially with the parents as well. So if you have questions, you're going to get your answers. We're going to have a little bit of time here at the end. We'll stick around in case anyone has a couple of questions. But these are your colonels. These are the experts in your locations, in your districts. So go ahead and screenshot this. There's also up on the council page as well. My information, Travis's information is here. You have your Trails End support. You can join the Facebook group, text parent FB to 62771. You can visit the FAQs. They got some really good information there as well. But these guys are going to be your lifelines for the sale. They do a fantastic job. They have been where you are now, and they're here to serve you guys. And then that is it for our slideshow. So thank you so much for coming to our kickoff tonight. It's been fantastic. I hope you guys learned a lot. But like I said, Travis, myself, we're going to be sticking around here to answer some questions that you may have that may not have been answered in the chat. I see Travis has been typing away on a lot of these things, so thank you for that. And then Travis, if you would mind, if you could post that link for the sign up in the chat. So everyone now, if you could please, once that link is posted, click that, fill it out, because that is going to be how you get credit for this meeting. So that's how you're going to get the credit for the meeting, is when you see that the link, click it, fill it out, and then we'll be able to good to go. But again, thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for being colonels. It's a hard job, but at the end of the day, it is very rewarding to see how much it does for the youth and how much it does for parents as well. It may be a little take a little patience, but at the end of the day, it's going to be worth the while for every single one of them. So I thank you. The council thanks you, and I'm sure every one of those kids is going to thank you as well. So with that, if you guys have any other questions, make sure you fill out that form. Thank you so much for attending, and we look forward to a fantastic season. Thank you.
Let's see if I can run through and answer some of these questions verbally. It might be faster than me typing. So Lauren DeCamp, you asked what time does popcorn pickup typically begin and end? Depends on the distribution site. For Yingling, typically it's around 6:30 in the morning. For like Bama, if you're down in St. Pete, we're going to start probably around 7. And that goes for some of the other distribution sites as well. Paul, you had asked 50% of what we have on hand or 50% of what we initially ordered. So it's going to be 50% of what you hand on at the time. So hopefully you have sold all of your initial order at that point. So any other popcorn that you had checked out, or if you had done a mid order, that's going to be part of that 50% at the end of the sale. So we'll be able to track that through the Trails End system. So no, and then hopefully you're tracking all your inventory. But I will say this, hopefully you've sold everything. So you have money in your pocket. So you have buckets of cash in your pockets so that you guys can go do fun stuff. So I wouldn't stress too much about the returns, because everyone on this call, right, is committing to selling all the popcorn, right? Attendance roster link is there. I can go ahead and throw it in there again. All right. Sorry, I'm going to keep going through some questions if you guys want to stay on. All right. What about information sources for leaders who are not on social media? I would highly recommend that you bookmark the GTBAC popcorn webpage anytime that you have to your favorite web browser. Usually anytime that the Trails End has a promotion, or if we have announcements, not only are we going to put it on Facebook, but we are also going to put it on that web page. So anytime that you log in, you can go to that web browser, go to that web page, and get all the same information as if you were on Facebook. So Steve had a great question. What happens if you sign up for a show and sell date at a storefront, another unit ends up there? You contact your district colonel right away. Hopefully you were able to screenshot who that is, and their contact information is on the GTBAC popcorn webpage. And then Trails End, any store that is booked by Trails End, and if the unit booked it through the Trails End website or app, that's going to get priority. And so that'll be something that you can work out. And of course, us as scouts, we follow the scout oath and law. Have a conversation with each other, be kind about it. And you can obviously see my son behind me. Dude, I love you. Go away. So anyway, hopefully that helps, but be sure to contact your district colonels to make them aware. That I'm aware of, we only had it happen once in the Tamaqua district, and both units were very kind to each other and were able to figure something out. So we have some good people in our council. All right, let me see. All right, if you're interested and you don't see a storefront on the Trails End website to be able to book, so for instance, a Tractor Supply or an Ace Hardware or True Value, those are available for you to approach them individually as a unit. Just be sure that you follow their rules as best you can, or to a T, not best you can, but to a T. And then don't forget to be sure to add that store to your Trails End leader portal. That's where you're going to be able to input all the information as if Trails End did it for you, because that means families will be able to book shifts through the app as well. So it makes it really easy on you as a unit colonel. And then minimum order amount for Matt, for you, that's something that you can contact Kyle and I about. Trails End has a really nifty tracker or calculator. So when you go in, you type in the approximate amount that you want to sell, it'll auto populate on what it thinks of what flavors you can buy. And then you can change that based off of what you want to do. So there's really no minimum and there's really no max. But if you say you want to order $200,000 in popcorn, Kyle and I might call you up and we might have a conversation. So in a good way. All right. Let's see here. So cash over prizes, Kyle, I was typing so quick. I don't know if you guys talked about this. I tried to answer it the best I could. So with that, basically what we did is we simplified the commission table. So we didn't take away any commissions, even with the cash over prizes. Every unit's going to participate in the Trails End rewards program. But like I said, it's just simplifying things. And so your unit is going to be able to achieve even higher commissions without us having to nitpick every little thing. So like that was the reason behind that as well. So you should still have plenty of money to put in your pocket. And we do have plenty of banners. Steve, I see you had, if you need banners and signage. Doug, you had mentioned images and prints. Need to make your own banners. That's not necessarily true. We will have plenty of banners for on distribution day for you to be able to take with you. So you're welcome to get your own always. I can see you guys are helping each other out, which I love. But do know that we are going to have at least 1 or 2 banners for each unit on distribution day. Okay. Top seller party is January 11th main event. Kyle's got that one. All right, perfect. So realistically, and Kyle can attest to this, our district colonels can attest to this. In years past, you know, it seemed like the council and the units was kind of an us and them thing. We've really tried to build a culture where we just want to work together as best we can. I know popcorn sometimes can be the bane of your existence, but ultimately this is an opportunity. It's a positive thing for our kids, our units, our families to be able to raise the money in one shot to be able to get to where you guys want to go, whether it's you want to go to Alaska for scout camp or whether you want to go to Disney World, whatever the case may be. As a council, we are here to support you as best we can. So if you do have any questions, contact your district colonel. And then if the district colonel doesn't know the answer, they will contact me or Kyle. If we don't know the answer, we're going to reach out to our popcorn rep, Ryan Lundberg from Trails End. And he always has the answers. But if he doesn't have the answer, then I don't know what kind of question you're asking, because we're at that point, we're praying to find the answer.
I do know the weirdly enough, there's some times where I don't think Trails End has the answer, but they'll put type of question over into Trails End's Facebook group, and all of a sudden someone's like, "Oh, here you go," and they'll just pull it up like that instantaneously.
You utilize those social media Facebook groups. And then Barbara, you mentioned, do we pre-order just for storefronts? Yes. Don't pre-order for online sales. That is strictly done through the Trails End website. Just order for your storefronts and wagon sales. I apologize. All right, let's see.
That looks like it. I think we rolled through all the questions.
All right. Sorry if that was just a quick thing, but I wanted to make sure you all were able to get the answers you needed. As always, we're here to support you. We want to help you. Kyle, go ahead and close it out.
All right. Well, thank you all again so much. If you make sure again, if you haven't put your name in the forms, I'll post that again real quick. There you go. If you haven't posted, put your name in there. But other than that, thank you all so much. You guys can sign off, and look forward to a great popcorn season. Have a good one.